खाना देखा। तो मुझे तभी वो और डायरेक्ट लाइव चला गया है उनके यूट्यूब चैनल पे। आई डोंट नो क्या इश्यू हो रहा है। 2 बार सही है कि इसमें जाता ही नहीं है लाइव। तो अभी तुम ये वाला जो है अनलिस्टेड कर दो, जो हमने लिंक जनरेट किया था। ठीक है। क्या कर रहे हो?
Sorry for the delay, sir. We'll start with the session now. Good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to all our distinguished guests and speakers, educators, and most importantly, the young participants of National Automobile Olympiad 2026. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to this special industry session on road safety awareness. The National Automobile Olympiad, an initiative of the Automotive Skills Development Council in collaboration with CBSC, aims to provide students with an opportunity to learn about the fascinating world of automobiles, emerging technologies, innovation, mobility, and the diverse opportunities that the automotive industry has to offer. However, as we learn that automobiles and mobility, it is equally important to understand the responsibility that comes with being a road user. Road safety is not just about knowing traffic rules. It is about developing responsible habits, making informed decisions, respecting other road users, and understanding that each one of us has a role to play in creating safer roads and communities. Today's session brings together distinguished representatives from CBSE and automotive industry to help our young participants understand the importance of road safety and how they contribute towards building a safer future. We are honored to have with us Sri Satish Pal. Sorry, Satish sir could not join this meeting for now. So I would like to invite Mr. Dilip Kumar, Department Manager, Safety Education and Center Management South, Honda Motorcycle and Scooter India Private Limited. Mr. Dilip Kumar is a road safety professional with over 14 years of experience in planning and leading road safety awareness initiatives across India. He has contributed extensively in Honda's road safety programs, working with schools, colleges, government authorities, traffic police, dealers, and communities to promote safer road use behavior. He has also been instrumental in establishing traffic training parks, developing innovative road safety education programs, and conducting awareness campaigns that have reached millions of children, young riders, and adults across the country. Today, Mr. Dilip Kumar will take us through an engaging road safety awareness program, helping our students understand the importance of safe and responsible behavior on the road and role that each one of us can play in promoting road safety. His mission beautifully captures the essence of today's session. Every child can become a road safety ambassador and inspire safer habits at home and on the road. And I am sure that by the end of today's session, each one of us will carry forward this message and understand how small, responsible actions can make a meaningful difference. So, with that, let's begin today's session. To begin today's session, I would request Mr. Dilip Kumar to start and address the students regarding the road safety awareness. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Neha ma'am. So, good evening, everybody. We would be going through a small session on road safety. So, just to confirm,
Visible, sir. Your presentation is visible to us. starting with the presentation. Sir, Dilip sir, we cannot hear you in case you are um, explaining the slides. Dilip sir, we cannot hear you.
Am I audible now, ma'am?
Sir, now you are audible.
Just let me reconnect. So it's from the starting of this session, means from the starting of the PPT, you were not able to hear me.
Sir, you're not audible. We could see the slides running, but
Sure.
the voice.
I'll just retry. Sorry, I'll start from the beginning now.
No issues, sir. You can.
Sorry, there might be some technical glitch. Email presentation shared. Ma'am, so why I'm getting muted when I'm sharing this screen? Okay, then I would be saying that. Sure.
लोग लाइक जा रहे हैं ना शेयर so you can start, sir.
Okay, so sorry team, I think due to some technical glitch we were not able to share the presentation and voice was lagging. So so we'll start the session. So today we are gathered here for a small road safety awareness program or session through which we would be going through certain aspect of the road safety. As ma'am already said, when we move on the road, it's not the only the responsibility of either of the pedestrian or the cyclist or the motorcyclist or heavy motor vehicle road users, maybe truck or buses. It is a mutually, sharing of the road, safe and sound. So everybody who is using the road has an equal responsibility to to have a safe environment in and around him. So, starting with the session, I would like to brief you something about the Honda motorcycles. A small brief. Next slide, ma'am. So, we work on a 4S concept like sales, service, spares, and safety riding. The fourth is safety riding. When we talk of majority of the company works on a sales, service, and spares. That is the main bread and butter of the business, core business. But in Honda, we work on safety riding as a promoting of safe riding habits for a better tomorrow. We are present into 43 countries across the globe where we are collaborating with the local bodies or we are extensively promoting road safety to have a better, safer tomorrow. Next slide, ma'am. So when it comes to the set of activities, what we do, we involve into lifetime safety education, not only the small school kids or the grown up. We have a horizon of different set of activities as per the different age group, like primary schools, senior school kids, college activity. We are visiting different corporates for corporate training. We are training our internal customers and the internal associates also. So 360-degree approach for building a safety awareness, engaging each and every community. Next slide, ma'am. As an we are also collaborated with government in different states for setup of our different institutes, like 18 institutes we have set up, like traffic park, 9 traffic parks, 6 SDCs, 1 IDTR, RDTC, and DPZ. So all these trainings which we are doing in collaboration or joint association with government bodies are free of cost, and we doesn't charge anything. Starting from the schools to grown up to corporate visit these traffic parks now. Traffic park, which it is a setup which has the training vehicles, safety instructors, smart classrooms, each and everything. Schools, college, and corporates visit these setups and goes for the training. Next slide, ma'am. Now, coming on the major subject, that is importance of safety riding. Why this safety riding is an important subject nowadays? Over the period, if you see, India contributes maximum number of road fatalities, that we stand at the position number 1 in the globe. So if you see, majority of the people who are engaged into road accident, fatal accident which leads to death, are in the age band of 18 to 45. That is 66%. And when it comes to the contribution, so two-wheeler contributes around 45%, pedestrian 20%, and LMVs or cars contributes around 12%. Overall, if you see, without helmet, the people killed. Suppose if I take the it is a most data from 2023, is the government published data. If you see, without helmet, 71.8% fatality happened, and without seat belt, it's 52.7% happened. So not wearing of helmet, not wearing of seat belt, it's the major cause of road fatalities in the accidents. So whenever you see any road safety awareness program or any sessions or any campaigns running for road safety, it majorly focus on some of the major things. That is, one of the major thing is like wearing of helmet, not the rider. The pillion also needs to wear the helmet. So wearing of helmet and ISI mark helmet is very much important when you are using a two-wheeler, whether it's a small distance, riding on a highway, city road, anywhere. The moment you are using a two-wheeler, you should wear a helmet. So friends, you as an pillion, please use a helmet, and in your family, all your dear ones, please educate them, motivate them, ask them to wear an helmet. And while moving on the cars also, please wear seat belt. Next slide. If you see the road accident happening in India, this is a situation in India. Every hour, 20 people lost their life. If you talk every day, it's like 474. And the accident which are happening every day in India is 1370. It's such an alarming situation. So we are losing lot of young bloods on the road just because of some human error, where we are not just following certain basic road safety parameters or rules. So that is the reason at any platform we try, the government, the other bodies, the corporates, the schools, the colleges, everybody is trying to educate the people about how to use road safely. So this figure explains itself ki how important this topic is. Coming to the next slide. So as a kid, as a student, when you are moving on the road, especially when you are going to the school, so you must be using road as a pedestrian, either by as a cyclist, or using a school bus to move down to your school, or to a city bus to move down to your school. As a pillion rider, maybe your father or your somebody in your family is dropping you to the school, and as a passenger also you are moving with your family on the road. So let us talk about the pedestrian. As you have seen in the graph, in the chart which is published by the government, 20% of fatalities are happening just because of pedestrians. So why pedestrians are involved? Maybe they are very much casual on the road. Maybe they are not using the road as defined as basic parameters, where to walk on the road, how to cross on the road, the visibility of individual on the road. Okay, so we'll just see and we'll check. There are certain do's. Whenever you're moving on the road, you should always move on the left side of the road, if on the footpath. Okay, and when you are crossing the road, you must have an habit to cross the road while checking the traffic. So from the childhood itself, we say check right, then left, and check right, and then cross safely. Always use zebra crossing to cross the road, and always by default you have to be very alert on the road whenever you are moving on the road. Now, why we say check right, then left, and then right? Just because when you are moving on the road as a pedestrian, and when you try to cross the road, the major traffic always falls on your right hand side. So that is the reason we say check right, then left, and then recheck. That is a cross check against to the right or side, and then cross the road. There are certain things which you should not do while crossing the road. Is never run to cross the road, never cross the road between the two parked vehicles, because your visibility doesn't is good enough. Do not use your mobile phones while walking on the road or while crossing on the road. Okay, always use traffic signals. Do not ignore traffic signals. And playing, you should not play on the roadside or road. Okay, so be very cautious and be very alert while moving on the road. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, now coming to as a cyclist. As a cyclist also, once you move on the road, majority of the kids has been seen they are not, their cycle is not up, properly maintained. Maybe the tire pressure, the brakes are not working fine. Maybe the reflectors are not good enough. Nowadays you have LED reflectors, LED lights also. Nobody installed that thing. the brakes plays a very important role when you're moving on the road to control your vehicle, and what is your attire while using this cycle. So as a good cyclist, or as an when you are when you cycle on the road, you should have a basic check, a general inspection. General inspection, what does the general inspection says? You should always check your brakes, your tires. Tires means tire air pressure and tire wear. It is not weared out. First thing, your chain should be properly greased, properly, timed. Your seat, your handlebar with the, ring bells, your accessories related to the mud flaps or the water bottle if you are carrying, your nuts and bolt. Your nut and bolt should be while finely tuned up. Your reflectors means why reflectors are important. Nowadays you have LED reflectors or LED lights. It increases or visibility on the road. And if in case it's dusty time, you should always carry a reflector. Your cycle should carry a reflector or LED lights so that your visibility is more. Coming to the next slide, ma'am. If you see, there are also certain do's and don'ts on while you are cycling. So it's a simple do's and don'ts. Whenever you are cycle, please wear safety gears. Now, when we talk of safety gear, that means wearing of a helmet. So I know maximum of the kids doesn't wear helmet. So please wear a cycling helmet when you cycle. Okay. You should have a proper check of your cycle. You should always follow traffic signals while moving on the road, because when it's red light, blue, yellow light, or green light, it applies to you also. You should move accordingly. You should not, you should maintain a proper speed and proper distance with the following vehicles, and you should not, race on the road. Okay. Always stay alert. Do not use your mobile phones, and you should park your cycle at a designated places only. When you are going to your school or you're coming back from the school, normally what happens, the kids, make doesn't make a file while moving on the road. What they do, they group up parallel to each other and they cycle. That is very dangerous. You should not group up in parallel. You should file up one behind the other, and then you should move down on the road. Okay. Especially on the intersections, crossroads, curve roads, you should be very cautious while cycling. And the at last, you should be much more, you should always check your visibility in terms, your cycle's reflector, the clothing what you are wearing. All those plays a very important role once you move on the cycle. So let's the next slide, ma'am. Okay. Now, as I talked during the session, the brakes plays an important role. In majority of the cases, you see the kids doesn't play importance to their brakes. Their brakes are loose, but they are cycling. Normally, when their two kids are cycling, they tend to race. And when once comes to take the, safe measures on the road, you first thing you need to apply the brakes, and brakes are not finally tuned. And how you are applying the brakes, both things plays an important role. So there's a technical term called progressive braking. Progressive braking says use of both the brakes, the front tire brakes and rear tire brake softly, so that your wheels get a better control. This is a pictorial view where you see when you are using both the brakes, your stopping distance reduces rather than using only the rear brake. Normally, the kids use rear brake, they do not focus on the front wheel brakes or using both the brakes. So, both the brakes are placed. The engineer has placed two brakes, the front wheel tire brake and the rear one. Both the brakes plays a very important role. It should be finely tuned. And once you place the brake, you should always put up both the brakes while braking. It will give you a effective braking and smaller stopping distance. Next slide, ma'am. So coming to the next slide, that says about the school bus safety. While moving to your school, or when you go, you move down university, you might be using buses. So especially when you go to school through your school bus, it has been seen majority of the kids, it is a great picnic time within the bus area, now within the bus. So that should not be there. See, bus, when you move in the bus, all your belonging should be inside your bus, inside the windows. You should not peep out. You should not wave your hands. all should not be there. So there are certain do's and don'ts. In the next slide we'll see how to move in the school bus or while using the bus. So once you are moving in the bus, you should always wait for the bus at the designated stop. Okay. While catching the bus or boarding the bus, you should not run to board the bus. And while traveling inside the bus, you should be seated at your seat only. Do not play with your friends while moving on the road. Now keep the hands inside. Do not wave yourself outside of the bus. Do not hang outside of the windows while moving while moving in the bus. And do follow the safe instruction given by the conductor or the bus drivers. While deboarding the bus, you should deboard the bus and you should not run through to school gate or maybe your residential apartment. And when it comes to the danger zone of the bus, at the left corner, bottom corner, you see there danger zone mentioned. So once the school bus driver is sitting at, suppose, at the height of say 5 to 10 feet, and is not, and he's not able to see in and around the bus, very near to the bus. So this is danger zone. So when you are crossing the bus, when you are getting down the bus, try to move away from the bus. Do not, just cross from the front of the bus or just from the back side of the bus. That is the blind spot where the driver normally doesn't able to see you. So that is a danger zone where that is a blind spot for the driver. So at this zone, you have to be highly alert also. Okay, next slide, ma'am, please. Okay, now the third thing is the coming to the school or traveling with your parents as a pillion rider. So how many of you do wear helmet as an pillion rider? I see very rare friends, my friends, as a pillion rider coming to school or when they are going to some marketplace wearing a helmet. So as you have seen certain reports published by the government, which says helmet is very, very crucial when you are riding a two-wheeler, as a rider also, as a pillion rider also. So make sure you should wear a helmet. And what sort of helmet you should wear? It should be an ISI mark helmet. Okay. So whenever you are moving on the road, you should wear a helmet as a pillion rider. Plus, you should ask your parents, ask your loved ones who are riding the two-wheeler to wear a helmet. Okay, whether it is a small distance. If your if your father is dropping you to the school early in the morning, normally they do not wear a helmet. Normally, I have seen people dropping their kids. But as a kid, you should ask your parent to wear an helmet. Not just because it's law binding. Law says you should wear also law says you should wear an helmet, but also as a safety feature. The first thing you should click in your mind, that is a safety. Okay, so once you should wear an helmet, always sit properly, hold firmly your parent, and be calm and patient. Okay, do not do not disturb your father or the rider. Do not use your mobile phones. Do not swing your hands when you are moving on the two-wheeler. You should be with the rider. Okay, so that makes your ride safe and sound. Next slide, ma'am. Next slide, ma'am. Okay, now as a car passenger also, when you are traveling in the car, so normally the kids should always sit at the rear seat, and they should use the seat belts. Normally what happens, only the driver or your driver wear the seat belt, or the co-passenger wear the seat belt. But the seat belt, once you see in the car, there are the seat belt on the rear seat also. Seat belt fatality during an accident, you have seen that it contributes around 50% of the accident fatality in the accident when the people is not wearing a seat belt. So you should ask your parents whenever they are driving a car, as a driver or as a co-passenger, everyone should wear a seat belt. Seat belt is a foremost thing when you are moving in the car. And as a kid, you should not sit on the front seat. You should sit at the rear seat, wearing the seat belt. And it has been seen when moving when you are moving in the car, you ask your parent to change the music track. You try to distract you. You try discussing many things within the car. Normally the small kids also seen coming to front seat, then moving back. Two kids are quiet. So you should know always maintain a calm environment inside the car so that the driver doesn't get distracted. So your any act which leads to a distraction of the driver also may lead to the accident. So when you are moving inside the car, you should be always calm and composed enough so that driver should not get disturbed. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, applying the road sense. See, think, and do. Just because why do we say see, think, and do? Because you do not get a retake chance on the road. Once it's done, it's done. And anything you do without thought, without a thought, or maybe blindly you do something without focusing on the road, so it can be very, very dangerous. So the basic formula when you are moving on the road, the basic road sense is see, think, and do. You need to see, check the environment around, you think accordingly, and then you have to act. That is see, think, and do. Next slide, ma'am. So now coming to be seen, be safe. As I said during the briefing of the cycle, how you need to cycle, what do's and don'ts of the cycling. One of the best thing is always, your cycle or your attire should be good enough so that the people using the road are able to spot out from a distance. When you are using cycle, it should carry reflectors, the LED lights or something, so that your visibility is more, your cycle visibility is more. Plus, when you are using the road as a pedestrian or cyclist, you should wear something light or bright enough so that the other people, road users who are using the road, can see you in dark, especially in dark. Suppose you are wearing something like black shirt, black pant, and you are moving on the road. So anybody who's at a distance especially during the nights, won't be able to spot out because you are wearing something which is resembling to the night shade, dark shade. So it is always advisable as a pedestrian, not to kids, to grown up also, to adults also, anybody who is using road, he should be wearing something light or bright enough so that his visibility is noticed on the road. If you're not seen by other road users, that means you are at risk. So be seen, be safe. Means that the thing says that you have to be visible on the road for the other road user so that they can act accordingly to save you on the road. Next slide. Now.
Sir, just a minute. I would like to request students and anybody who wants to ask any questions from sir. We will be taking up questions at the end of the session. So, in case you have any questions or queries, you can put them in the chat box. We will be taking up your questions after it's done.
Keep calm. So keep calm, that means you should not be aggressive on road. It has been seen that there are certain road rages, or maybe when you are cycling, you tend to race. I've seen people fighting on the road just because they are not calm enough. So when you're moving on the road, the basic funda when you move on the road, you have to be very much calm and composed. You need to follow the rules. You should respect others. Respect others means the people who are using the road, mutual sharing of the road, as I said in the initial slides, and you should ride responsibility. Okay, because once you loses your patience on the road, you tend to fast race. You tend to cross the road from anywhere you like to. You would be racing around these traffic city roads, so it may lead to the accident or maybe certain mishappenings. So you should be always calm while using the road. The pedestrian also, you should follow the same formula. And when you're moving with your family members, if you see at times your father or maybe your somebody in your family getting aggressive, pulling up the race to overtake somebody, so you should ask them to calm down. Not to say ki, okay, papa race, overtake from the right side, they are not giving the pass, we will overtake from left or right, so all these things you should avoid. Okay, next slide, ma'am. Ma'am, this slide sharing has gone. So
Just a minute, sir.
No problem. Okay. So coming up to the blind spots. Also, blind spots plays an important role when it comes to the road safety. Many of the people doesn't identify they are riding into a blind spots. So this picture says, as a cyclist also, or maybe as a motor vehicle user, if you are running parallel to the any vehicle, you are not seen by that person in the rear view mirror. He can only cross check when he is doing a shoulder check while moving on the road. So whenever you are riding a cycle also, or maybe you as a pedestrian, you should always avoid to be you should always avoid you should not be into the blind spot of any vehicle. For example, if you see the red car, just to explain, this motorcycle road user is not seen by this rear view mirror. Or in the right hand side, if you see this red car, which is just traveling parallel to the yellow car, and the motorcycle road user who is just traveling parallel to the yellow car, left and right, they are not visible to the driver who is driving this yellow car because it is not covered under their rear view mirror. In the rear view mirror, he can only see this the blue car, or when he is using the center mirror, he can see this the truck driving behind him. So you should always avoid driving or riding into the blind spots of any vehicle. Okay. Blind spot means the areas which are not covered in rear view mirrors, or the rider or the passenger, the driver is not able to spot out in the mirrors. He has to give a shoulder check or something so that you can be identified. So please avoid moving into the blind spots of the vehicle. Next slide, ma'am. Don't use your mobile phones is a common line you must have heard thousands of times. So mobile phone use increases the accident by 400%. Why? Because you cannot concentrate on two things at the same time. And you have seen number of examples in and around you where due to mobile phone, the people were not able to concentrate or take a proper reaction at right time, and they met with an accident. So please do not use mobile phones while driving, riding, or using the road as a pedestrian too. Do not use your mobile phones. When your father or mother is also using a mobile phone when you are riding or driving with them, please ask them not to use mobile phones. Next slide, ma'am. Now we'll talk about speed breakers. I have seen some kids when they see the speed breaker, they tend to increase the speed of the cycle and they jump around on the speed breakers, and speed breakers can be fatal also. So in India, there are some marked speed breakers and there are some unmarked speed breakers. Okay. So whenever you see the speed breakers, you should slow down because that speed breaker may lead to the disbalance of your vehicle, your cycle, and you might met an accident. So please slow down at the speed breakers. Next slide, ma'am. So it's a monsoon season. You can see a lot of potholes around your city when you're moving on the road. So it is very dangerous also at times. So whenever during the monsoon, especially, you should ride slow. You should not, fast cycle on the road because due to wet roads, the grip of the tires and the brakes, the efficiency are not up to the mark, and you might skid on the road. So, and in the potholes, when you are moving on the road, avoid waterlogged areas. Okay, if it is waterlogged, follow the vehicles in front, which is moving in front, and be very careful while riding and driving at night and rainy conditions. So while using the road, the only mantra which can save you while moving on the road, especially during the monsoon, it is your speed. Your speed should be very slow, controlled speed. Okay, next slide, ma'am. As a pedestrian, also when you see a move on the road, you should always, ma'am, a slide before. Yes. As a pedestrian, also when you're moving on the road, you should always use the footpath. Okay, use pedestrian signal or traffic signal to cross the road. Zebra crossing. When if somebody adult, your father, your mother is with you, so please hold the hand or cross with them. Okay. Next slide, ma'am. And now coming to traffic signal, red, yellow, and green. These are three different traffic lights you must be seeing on the road. So red means stop, green means go. What does the yellow mean? Number of the people when they are moving on the road, when they say yellow, they accelerate up. They pull up their race so that the moment it becomes the red, before it becomes the red, they cross the junction. But what does yellow says? Yellow says stop, slow down and stop at stop line. Rather than pulling up your race, you should decrease your speed and stop at stop line. So red means stop, green means go, and yellow means stop at stop line. Okay, next slide, ma'am. Uh, one slide before, ma'am. One more slide. Okay. Underage driving. Underage driving is one of the major concern which is coming up. Underage driving means you are not having the license 18 years and below. Technically in India, it's 18 years defined age to have a driving license. So at large, the people, kids going to school, the tuitions, or maybe they are kids who doesn't hold the license or underage, they are driving, they are riding the cars, and you must have seen number of examples in the news or number of channels. You have seen ki there are many dangerous accidents happen, fatal accidents happen. So there is a, as per Indian Motor Vehicle Act, there is a person, if a person found riding without license or underage driving, a legal action is placed. What the legal action says: a fine up to of 25,000, imprisonment up to 3 years, and legal action will be taken against the parents or the guardian who is the right owner of the kid. And if the kid is found riding a two-wheeler with underage driving, so he cannot have the license till the age of 25 years. Normally at the age of 18 years, you can, after 18 years and above, you can have the license. But if you are riding underage, you are engaged into some road accident or something, if a so after that, no driving license you can attain till the age of 25. So please do not ride a two-wheeler underage driving. First thing. Second, please promote ki anybody in and around your family is if he's using a two-wheeler or four-wheeler, he should carry a driving license. Without driving license, nobody should use a two-wheeler or four-wheeler on the road. Okay, next slide, ma'am. Now coming to the traffic education basic, while moving on the road, you must be seeing certain road signs. So there are three category of road signs: round in circle, that are mandatory. The triangle one is the warning road sign, and the blue boxes are the informatory. Any road sign which is round in circle are the mandatory road signs, that are order giving road signs. If you do not follow these road signs, there is a provision of challan, and these road signs are imposed by governing bodies, maybe the the traffic police, the municipal corporation. Okay, so when you do not follow the road signs which are marked into circles, then there is a provision of challan, and they are mandatory road signs. Coming to the triangular road sign, that are warning road sign. Warning road sign says ki if you're not cautious enough, and they say to slow down also, and they intimate, they let us know ki how the front road is, like maybe wide intersection, staggered road, narrow bridge, uh, school ahead, zebra crossing, Humpy Dumpy Road, speed breakers, okay, narrow bridge ahead. So all these things are marked into warning sign. It says you need to slow down. Now, informatory road sign. This is the third category of road sign, which share the general information or the facilities available on the road.
Sir, just a minute, I'm sharing. Just got some network issue. Just a minute, sir. I'm sharing the slides. Sir, is the screen visible?
Is visible?
Yes.
Okay. So we're talking about the informatory road sign. So informatory road sign are the road sign which gives us the general information about the facilities available on the road or certain information which need to be get shared, a common information like parking, telephone booth, petrol pumps, refreshment corners, or the milestone. So informatory road signs are square in shape, normally marked in the blue boxes. Okay. Next slide. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Any questions? Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Sir, we had received few questions from the students. I'll just read it out to you. One of the students asked, how is the side of the bus a danger zone?
Great, ma'am. Can we go back to that bus
Yes, yes.
slide?
Just one second. I think this is.
Yes, this one.
This one?
Okay, no, the next one. Yes,
This one, sir?
yes, this one. Okay. So left bottom corner, it's a danger zone, stay out, stay safe. That is a red danger zone, or the zone where the why this is categorized a danger zone. The actually, when you see the bus driver normally sits at the height of say around 5 feet from the bottom, from the road. And when you are very near to the bus, especially in front, so the bus driver is not able to see you because his periphery vision is at an angle. It is very, when you are very close to the bus, it's in a big vehicle size, so you won't be able to see just in front of the bus. So never cross the bus from just in front of this, and when is the park bus, or when you get down from the school bus, and you just should not cross in front of the bus. Similarly, when it comes to the back of the bus, so back also is the same formula, because they are if they are carrying some the rear camera or something, that can be a precautionary thing that the driver can check normally, but bus doesn't have this thing. So just behind the back of the bus you should not cross, because the driver would not be able to see you. So while getting down the school bus, just from inside, a front side or from left hand side, you should not cross. And when we talk of left and right side of the bus, this is similar to how I have explained the blind spot. In the rear view mirror, there is a certain section which he can see, but just near to the bus, he is not able to see. So just near to the bus, which is say around 2 to 3 feet of the distance in and around, that is a danger zone, because the bus driver is not able to see. Yes, next question, ma'am.
Sir, one of the questions that has been asked is about what basic first aid should students know for road accident victims?
Sorry. When it comes to the first aid as a student, whenever you see anybody who's into the road accident, the first foremost thing is you need to call an ambulance. You should know to dial a number, call the ambulance, or normally in India it's 112, where you can call for special help. So first thing is this. As a safety first aid, it depends upon the nature of the injury also. So there is a special training when it comes to the first aid. So unless you are trained with that first aid system like CPR, addressing the person if it's in fracture, how you should not attend that person. Normally what you can do, you just call an ambulance, and then they'll address it.
The next question is, why should everyone wear a seat belt even in the back seat?
Right. See, seat belt. So why not to wear? See, once you're moving on in a car, so normally the people wear the seat belt just because of law says. The front driver wears the seat belt because it's a provisional challan, so and the co-passengers sitting next to the driver wear the seat belt. But once you see the back seat also, once you are moving on the road during any sort of impact, if you're not hold it with the seat, you will be flying inside the that closed box, and you would be hitting the co-passenger and other people also. So once you are wearing the seat belt, it holds you to the seat, and the fatality, the danger of accident, the severeness of the accident is reduced. For that very reason, anybody who is using the car while moving on the road should wear a seat belt.
The next question, sir, it's can AI help reduce road accidents? And if so, how?
See, AI can be one of the tool which enhances the control over the vehicle, or maybe on the environment. But largely it happens, it is the rider or driver or anybody as a pedestrian also, when he is moving on the road, he has to have the basic check, the basic primary checks. So AI will definitely is a tool where he can analyze the certain situation on the road. He can analyze somebody if as a pedestrian is coming on the road, so he can, the AI itself takes the brake or precautionary measures. So it is definitely is a helpful tool, but the prime you should not dependent upon the AI things. So you as a road user, whether it's a pedestrian, cyclist, or motor vehicle, you should follow the basic safety rules.
So rest few of the questions were same, so I've not repeated them. So that's all that we had actually received. Um, so thank you very much for this extremely informative and engaging session. I am sure our students have gained a much deeper understanding of road safety and the importance of responsible behavior on and around the road. You have also given us an important message that every child can become a road safety ambassador and inspire safer habits not only among their friends but also at home in their communities. We will now move on. We have now taken up the questions as well from the questions that were posted by the students and people who had joined this session. Thank you to all for those interesting questions, and a special thanks to Mr. Dilip Kumar for answering them and sharing his valuable insights and experience with us. So today, as we have now come to the end of the session, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Dilip sir for this engaging session and for taking the time to interact with our young participants and for sharing such important and practical insights on road safety. Today's session has reminded us that road safety is not responsibility only for one person, one organization, or one department. It is a shared responsibility. Whether we are pedestrians, cyclists, passengers, riders, or drivers, every one of us has a role to play in the making our roads safer. And as young participants of the National Automobile Olympiad, you have an opportunity to take this message forward. I encourage each one of you to become a road safety ambassador, to follow safe practices, encourage your family and friends to do the same, and inspire safer habits at home and on the road. Remember, road safety begins with each one of us. Thank you once again to our distinguished guest and speaker and all our young participants for being a part of this special session. With that, we conclude today's NAO 2026 industry session on road safety awareness program. Thank you and have a safe and wonderful day ahead. Stay safe, ride safe, be a road safety ambassador. Thank you.